Good morning, this is Candy. I'm here a little earlier than usual at the barn. Today is the 15th of October. There's Sam. He's jumping around looking for stuff. I'm getting ready to tidy up the house. Had a visitor day before yesterday, Miss Rosemarie, and we had a good talk. And put in applications in Florida for a couple of positions. We'll see. I'd like to get this place tidied up before I leave. If I leave, I'll probably leave because I think they're going to sell it. But I do like it here, and there's a lot more work that needs to be done. But if they sell it, I'll have to leave. Anyway, I had thought this morning, what's the difference between followers of Christ and witchcraft? And it seems like, oh, that's obvious, but not so obvious. I mean, a lot of people are into Wicca. I have two cousins into Wicca. They don't realize the direction it goes in. I do, because I was into the New Age, not quite Wicca. I did look at it. It has an appeal up front, but the end of it's not so appealing because they don't know. You know, if you don't know what you're getting into, you'll get into it. And I've done that several times. I got into it when I got several times in my life, I'll say. But here's the difference. When you're into witchcraft and sorcery, you're trying to harness God to do your will. When you're a follower of Christ, you let God harness you to do his will, and it ends up in blessings. Our will, by living for pleasure, the Bible says the woman that lives for pleasure is dead while she lives. Basically, there's no life at the end of that. Think about addictions. When you have an addiction, first it looks all rosy. You don't think that, like, oh, that happens, this addiction bad thing, it happens to other people, not me. It always happens to everyone. The end of addictions, like, you have to have more and more and more of that item in any addiction to get the same level of pleasure, because it's basically destroying you. It's like eating up your life and taking it to lower and lower levels. Therefore, you need more and more of the item to feel that same even relief. Whereas following Jesus is hard. It's hard. And you have to sacrifice. And when Jesus says, do this, like this morning, I asked God, what should I do? He said, come to the barn. And so here am I. And I asked him prayer, and in my heart, he said, come to the barn. I saw the barn in my head. Like me at the barn. That's how he talks to me. Sometimes I hear him, but most of the time I just see me doing the thing he wants me to do. A vision of it. And so being a Christian, you let God choose for you. And it's really hard to do, even as a Christian. But before you're a Christian, you think, why would you want to do that? Because God's smarter. God has better ideas. It's like you're the plane and God is ground control. Well, I don't want to go into that storm. Well, there's a bigger storm ahead, so you better go into this storm, what ground control says. But I don't want to go into that storm. Well, if you don't go into that storm, you're going to get the hurricane. And that's kind of how it is. But we think we know what we want to do. Well, even as a Christian, we still think that, but we have enough experience with God to know he actually, hey, Sam. Hey, Sam. Sam, woo, what are you doing? He actually has our best interest in mind, and he sees the whole terrain. He is the ground control. Anyway, that's my plan for today, is get some stuff in order, and we'll see how that goes. Peace. I am glad you're here. If I was you, I'd really consider, do I want everything my way? When you get things your way, what does it turn out to be like for you eventually and to everyone else? Have you ever got your way and wish you didn't? I have. Plenty. So, I'm talking from experience. And I'm sure I'll mess up again, but you know what? I'm going back to the one who loves me. Anyway, peace. I'm glad you're here. This is Candy, the Urban Pioneer, and what a bird talking. Urban Pioneer, and my chickens have a disco ball.